All activities shown in this series are conducted in accordance with applicable laws and regulations. Hunting is performed on properties where permission has been granted and with a commitment to safe, ethical, and responsible outdoor practices.
No need for words. We understand. Just a look in the dark and a steady hand. This is thermotherapy, where the pulse runs high. In the rush and the silence, where faith and instinct collide. Through the challenge, the brotherhood, the lessons we keep. We chase the wild at 3 a.m. while the whole world sleeps.
It's hot, guys. Getting to be that time. Had to pick up some bug spray. The woods are thick, so I'm gonna sit up on top of the hilltop on this stand, walk the call way down into this tree line, kind of, if I can, up into a corner. I think the coyotes den not too far from here on this location. I haven't hit it for quite a while, so I'm going to see if I can make it happen here. Reapply some bug spray and make sure that I don't get eaten up while I'm out here in this humid weather after some rain. You really got to play the wind when you coyote hunt, so I'm not too worried about having some bug spray scent on me. If they can smell that bug spray, they can smell me. So having that on, I'm not too worried about. I got to play the wind for them anyway, so let's see if we can make it happen here. Decoy's out there about 90, and my furthest shot that I would take would be about 550, but I doubt I'm going to have to take that kind of a poke. It might come out of here for the sake of the wind and come down that tree line there. They might even come down the tree line that I'm on, which I hope they don't do that. This doe actually came out to rabbit distress. It wasn't even a fawn distress, so they're just really weary this time of year that their fawns are in danger. Mama probably thinks it's her baby. What's up, guys? Kyle Pfeifer with CMP Outdoors. Gonna get a late start tonight. It's the weekend. Hand this to the Lord, so God protect me. Thanks, God, that you love me. Thanks that you've forgiven me. Thanks that you offer that forgiveness to anyone who asks. Thanks for the good things in my life, with these opportunities like this, the resources I have to do these things, and thanks for my wife and my family, my children, and the rest of my family, Lord. And pray, Lord, that you'd help guide me and protect me tonight. And thanks again, Lord, for this opportunity. Amen. All right, guys, let's see if we can make it happen tonight. distress and then do little bursts of that. I'm gonna get the deer fired up for sure, so. There we go. I've been using a lot more Fawn Distress lately. I'm kind of mixing it up because typically I don't like to use Fawn Distress because of how irritated it makes the does, but it's actually a big factor in my success for this episode. So this doe came flying in, and when I noticed it, I muted the call because last episode a doe came in and I didn't mute it fast enough and it stomped on my call. So I've learned here recently that if I mute it, that prevents them from stomping all over my call because I don't want to get that thing damaged. But this got 2 does to come in here, and then in a little bit I see a third deer behind me. Finishing up a stand here, walking the call back, and it's been tough this time of year. You know, they're hanging around the dens and not traveling quite as far, and that'll start picking up here soon, but it's been a little tough here lately, and I was able to still have success, and this next stand is where that happens. Coyotes are real educated here, and mostly by me. Hunting a tournament in January, and a quad came in, and my hunting partner and I weren't able to take them down, and I've been playing the game with them. They'll come up to the tree line, but won't commit into the field. I've tried day stands inside the timber. They've came up and not came close enough to be visualized inside the timber. So, you know, since January, I've been playing the game and knew I was going to make it happen and connect here eventually, and that's what happens on this stand. But as you'll see, there's some more that happens after this successful coyote down. Start now with that Fawn Distress again. So I muted the call when this coyote came in, and it ends up losing interest and going back out of the field, and I'm like, oh, here we go again. And then this doe came out at the same time back there, and I try a different Fawn Distress here, and then I end up having to move into a pup distress before this coyote comes back out into the field. I'm trying to be really cautious here, and that coyote had interest in Fawn Distress, so I wanted to stick with Fawn Distress and try a different one because, again, these coyotes are educated, so I didn't want to play something that might make it take off. So that's why I went with a second Fawn Distress here, and then I end up moving into a Pup Distress just to try to trigger it. That bottom of the property there is like a swamp, and so that's why the grass is so tall. And when it first came in, I don't know if you noticed, it was kind of pouncing and jumping so it can try and see what was going on, if it could spot anything with the call, and it couldn't see anything, and I think that's why it took off. But it only leaves me with the small opportunity here. One of the things I've learned that I believe is important, especially if a coyote comes in quick like this, is keep that call rolling.
Keep the call going for a minute here. It's only been 6 minutes. That was a headshot there.
It didn't go off for this one, but Foxborough has a Fox Bang setting that is supposed to trigger when the gun fires. But I throw on some other sounds here to try to trigger any other ones that might have been close by. With a suppressor, the chances of multiples coming in is higher. This is one of the educated adults back there, I believe, and it's responding from where I believe they den, which I don't have permission on that property, but I still wanted to play a game here and see if I could trigger it and see if I can make anything happen.
Decently far, but we can see if I can get him to come here.
I try to search for a challenge, and this one's called like a challenge fight, which has kind of a fight mixed with challenge calls, and then I think there's even like a raccoon sound mixed in with it.
See if I can do a challenge and piss him off. Let's go ahead and try to go recover this one. Okay, here we go. Alright. So, it's an adult. I got a neck shot. It's kind of a smaller adult, though. It's a male. It's kind of a smaller adult male. So, we'll go ahead and get it dragged up. My legs are soaked. That's why I wear these high boots.
had another doe bust into this fawn distress again, and then I believe I saw a fox to my left, just caught a glimpse of it, and the landowner had been seeing one on trail camera. Didn't get it on footage or anything, but I also had a group light up in the distance straight out in front of me there, pretty far away, so I ended up calling it here. Got another doe flying into a fawn distress here on this stand again. Well, got a late start. Hunted all through the night, and then I made a couple day stands, and there's a lot of deer activity because I was really trying to use that fawn distress. And kind of cool when I got this coyote, the deer was out in that field figuring out what was going on the same time as the coyote. And you know, that's something I don't use fawn distress a lot, so using that's something I kind of learned, like, hey, if a deer's flying in there, there also might be a coyote flying in there at the same time. I think that's something I learned, you know, this time, and had fun doing what I enjoy. Got a neck shot on this one. I would guess probably like maybe 60-ish, between 60 to 80 yards, I would guess. It's kind of a younger male, you know, maybe coming up here, you know, a little over a year or something like that, or possibly 2 years, but you know, I think it's a younger male. Heard another one booger barking at me there, and it was definitely not going to come in. Heard some responses on other stands, but they were distant responses, so, you know, didn't give it, you know, really more than a half an hour. That's usually kind of my cap, is about a half an hour, and I did some stands shorter than that. I'm going to keep at it. We'll be doing some more groundhogs. I got to keep on it here while the crops are low enough. I can still hit the soybean fields when they grow up. You know, they get to a point where they get too tall as well, and then the corn shoots up really quick. So hay fields are another option. Once they're cut, you can hunt hay fields, or you can be inside the woods like I do here. When the crops are too high, you can do inside the woods during the day. So going to be doing a little bit more day hunting, I think, and, you know, mix it up a little bit. Appreciate you guys watching, and check out my coyote hunting course if you're interested in learning the tactics that I use. $39 on my website, and it's, you know, over 3 hours of content, covers a ton of stuff. So if you guys want to pick up some stuff to help you be more successful, I made that course to help people out and made it affordable. So thankful to the Lord for this opportunity. Thankful for you guys watching. Stay tuned for more.
They said I should talk it out, face what's going on. I walk into the dark instead and take it to God. 3 in the morning, world's dead asleep. Just me, my thoughts, and something deeper than me. Every stand